nothing worse than the guy on the basketball court with the Michael Jordan full-fledged outfit on. You know what I'm saying? With the helmet. I mean, the headband, with the fucking tape, finger tape, and all that shit. Knee brace, and he sucks. Damn. What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Weezy Moto back at you with another video. Today we're probably gonna talk about not too big of a issue, because you know it's really going by what you can afford and what you can obtain, you know, what you can get yourself. When I first started not too long ago, I got me some gear. You know, when you first get your bike, when you know you're about to buy a bike, right? You know you got it, you gotta go pick it up. Or when you know, you get set on buying one, when you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy one, it's happening. You go get you some gear. You start off early. Don't wait. Don't, you know, put it off and be like, well, I'll just wait until I can get, you know, the good stuff and all that. No, you go get certain things that you know you're gonna need. You know what I'm saying? You go get the things you can obtain right then. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be super expensive. It ain't gotta be the best. But it does, you know, have to keep you safe. And if I was you, I would start off with the extremities. You know, you want to get your gloves, boots, and a helmet. And if you really want to know a hack, like a trick, get you a balaclava. Make sure you wear it, because in the summertime it'll keep sweat out of your eyes. Also, it'll keep your helmet from like sucking up all the sweat. Like, 'cause you're gonna sweat a lot during the summertime. You're gonna sweat, right? The balaclava catches that sweat, and as the wind hits, it keeps your face and stuff cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel the air a little bit more during the wintertime, it protects you. You don't really necessarily, you don't feel, you get you a decent little helmet. I'll go with the helmet, but get you a balaclava and a helmet and your gloves and your boots. The balaclava is a hack. Make sure, I would go with Nike's balaclava ski mask. Fire. That's what I bought. I started off with like a one that came with my helmet. But then I wanted to upgrade. And when I upgraded, I went to Nike. But even the regular one, you know, the one that's not Nike, you don't necessarily have to have the best for it to do what it's gonna do. Just gotta be like air weakened, you know, like it has that texture to it, and you'll be Gucci. Promise you. Helmet, if you can, I say try not to skimp on it. I did. Everybody does, you know, because you're getting into it. You're just excited about buying something, you know, motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I can get a helmet. It's just getting real. So you kind of scurrying. You kind of buying everything. I done had, which is wild, I done had like 3 or 4 helmets. Even before I bought a bike. Even before I even got me a bike, I had me a helmet. I was gonna buy a bike like 8 times. So every time that I was gonna buy one, I bought a helmet. I had a modular Bluetooth helmet. Sold it. My very first was a modular Bluetooth helmet. Already, you know, inside of it. And then I went from that to an Icon. If anybody knows what Icon is, it was like a blue flame type Icon. The most uncomfortable helmet. Actually, I still got it. I can't even sell it. I still got it. I use that for like when people want to ride with me, and I just put it in the closet. But I bought that years and years ago. It sucks. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't go Icon. Don't buy Icon. That shit is terrible, bro. Like the helmet like squeezes. It feels like I put a fucking vice grip on my head. Terrible. Don't do Icon. And I bought me an Icon Star jacket. Yeah, it was like the Airflow. I don't remember. It was Airflow. You don't have to go Alpine Star. I just thought, I was going to do Alpine Star everything anyway. So what I did was I went Alpine Star jacket and Alpine Star gloves and Alpine Star boots. I still got those. I'll show you those. If you can see them. They work well. They work very well. I have no issue with that at all. No issue with the Alpine Star boots or the jacket. The jacket was nice. So I say all that to say, if you want to start off with your gear, whatever gear you want to buy, I highly suggest buying affordable first to get it out the way, because you never know what situation might happen. You know what I'm saying? You never know if you actually gonna get the bike, if things change. So just start off buying your gear that's affordable. That's a suggestion. It's not actually, don't take it as fact. It's a suggestion. Make sure you buy something that's affordable, and you don't put yourself in a position where you spent all this money for this stuff and then you don't even get the bike or something happens. And as you go, now this is for the regular. I'm not talking about people that have the money. If you got the money, get what you want, get the good stuff. But if you don't, this is my suggestion for the people that don't necessarily have expendable money to just blow it on the nicest of the nice, right? So that's my suggestion. Start off low and build up. You know what I'm saying? Now the cheapest you could start off with would be the gloves. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get a decent helmet. I don't know if you want to cheap out on the helmet. If you have to, go good helmet. You don't necessarily got to go for the Gusto, get a Pista, because you see everybody with one. You don't have to do that. That's something you don't have to do. A lot of people do it because they see everybody else do it. You ain't got to do that. That's a personal preference. I'm just letting you know. Don't worry about what somebody else got. Don't do that. That'll get you in a jam every time. That'll have you spending way more money than you need to. You'll be looking real dumb when you don't get the bike or something happens. You know what I'm saying? Spend what you can spend first, and then once you know you about to do it, that's when you go, okay, I'll go ahead and spend that little extra for that nice Pista. Or when you know what I'm saying, when you know you got the bike and you like the bike, then you riding that motherfucker and you feeling it, and you know what I'm saying. Once things start progressing, once you get the bike, then that's when I say spend the money for the expensive helmet, glove, all of that. You know what I'm saying? My immediate need was having the gear that I wanted. That was my immediate. That was something that I felt I wanted to do. I was like, well, I know I want the nice stuff on my bike, but I'm not really obsessed with the exhaust and all of that right now. I want to look the part, you know. Everybody, that's the number one thing. People look at motorcyclists, and the look of the gear is what attracts them to it. I think the bike and the look of the gear, because you can see a dude off the bike and know if he's riding a bike. You know what I'm saying? That was me. So I wanted to look. So I went for the nice stuff, the Alpine Star. So if that's what you want to do, you can put your money into that. My suggestion, don't even worry about it. Make sure you get in the bike. Make sure you love riding the bike. Make sure you know how to ride the bike. There's nothing worse than the guy on the basketball court with the Michael Jordan full-fledged outfit on. You know what I'm saying? With the helmet. The headband, with the fucking tape, finger tape and all that shit. Knee brace. And he sucks. There's nothing worse. So make sure, my suggestion, this ain't nothing, this ain't law, but this is my suggestion. Make sure you love riding the bike first. Make sure you want to be on it. Make sure you like it. Then that's when you start spending the money for the gear and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it'll add up. It'll make better sense to you, because you'll love it. You'll go in there and you'll buy your stuff, and you'll go, okay, you know, I know what I want. You know, I know what I'll be comfortable in. I know what I'm looking for. Love what you're doing before you go to, not putting yourself in debt, but spending an obscene amount of money on something that you're gonna probably not do as much, you know, because a lot of people get bikes because they think, oh, I love them, I want it, and then you get it, and then you're like, I'm not feeling it as much as I thought, you know. I'm not even on my bike as much as I thought I would be. If you ain't waking up every day or thinking about, damn, if I get off in time, I'll go home and catch a ride and ride around. If you ain't really loving it like that, don't worry about the gear and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still in that mode of, or don't worry about the expensive gear. You know, get the gear. But you're not all the way in yet. That's my suggestion. Make sure you like it first, and then spend the money. And then once you get the good stuff, you'll notice. Now, I don't think skimping on the helmet is a good thing. Don't skimp on your helmet. If you want a nice helmet, get one. And so if you want a Pista, I don't say that it's a bad thing to spend the money on a Pista. I don't, because some people say, oh, there's too much money. It's a helmet, bro. If you ain't wasting the money and you're not gonna ride, then I don't understand it. I don't get the price. I don't get you paying that type of money for something that you're not even gonna wear a lot. But if you are, then I'll say get a Pista. It's not a bad thing. No matter what you spend, Pista, get the Alpine Star helmet, get the whatever expensive helmet, you know, get it, because it's not. I don't think that's a waste of. I don't think that's a waste of money, because you're gonna use it. You wear your helmet if you smart. You wear your helmet every single time you hop on your bike. Every time. So it's not a waste of money to get a nice helmet. It's a waste of money to get a nice helmet and don't use it. I'll say that. Gloves, you can go mid with that. You don't have to go fucking $200 gloves, gauntlet gloves and all that shit. You ain't gotta spend $600 on a jacket. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta go fucking what's that brand? NBT. I'm not no knock to them. I fuck with any gear anybody wants to buy, but that shit way too fucking high, bro. Super high for what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Super high for what you doing. It's not necessary. Now, when you get to the point where you riding a lot and you like what you're doing and you know you want to get the nice quality stuff, go ahead. I don't think you should go cheap on the boots either. For the simple fact that everybody uses product differently. The cheaper the product, the cheaper the leather and all that. They're not using real leather, so it won't form to your foot. The inside ain't as cozy, and you're gonna be wearing it for a long period of time. Maybe, you know, you're gonna be wearing that pair of shoes or boot for a while, especially if you're riding far or wherever you're going. You're gonna be wearing those, and have something uncomfortable on your foot sucks, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, it sucks. I had some cheap boots. I had to sell them. I did not want to sell them. I was gonna try to break them in any way, shape, or form. I was like, I'll break these motherfuckers in, and I couldn't do it. Couldn't break them in. Couldn't wear them. I walk around the house with them for a week. Get off work, walk around the house, sit on the computer, watch TV. I just walk around. You know, I thought I was gonna break them in. Them motherfuckers was so hard, I didn't even feel a difference. They felt like I just still took them out the box. Like, I never got used to them. I rode in them about 3 or 4 times. Felt like I had a damn cast on my foot. I can't do it. I don't see how other people do it, but I had to take those off, and I had to sell them. So I suggest you can go decent price on the boots, you know, and you can go decent price on the helmet. 2 things you don't want to skimp on, to me. Now, if you want to skimp on everything, I say go ahead. Skip on everything, go ahead. I don't think I'm here to tell people how to spend their money, but to me, those 2 things spend money on: gloves, jacket, pants. You ain't gotta really go too far with that. You know, don't get caught up in the hype, brother. Don't get caught in the hype. You'll be just fine. Make sure you love what you're doing first, and build up from there. But anyway, I don't really got too much to go off the gear, man. Just make sure you start low, go high. You don't have to worry about the price of your helmet or your boots. Get the good stuff on the helmets and the boots. Your jacket, pants, and gloves. You kind of play around in the middle with the price on those. You don't have to worry about going for the gusto yet. And that's my 2 cents on what gear to buy as a beginner rider on a sport bike, not a Harley, because I don't have a Harley. And if you feel any different, let me know in the comments. We out this month. Sweezy gang, baby. See y'all later.